Hello, I'm Pamela Theresa Medium in the Raw, and welcome to the Heavenly Traveler Workshop. Today, I decided I wanted to do a little trash to treasure, and I want to take y'all with me on the journey. By the way, you can find me on mediumintheraw.com or mediumintheraw.locals.com. Join our spiritual community. Anyway, I have a session tonight, and I wanted to create a Heavenly Traveler journal, a spiritual breadcrumb trail journal for my client. And I have been really focusing on using up a lot of what I have here in the Heavenly Traveler Workshop and go trash to treasure, y'all. So I found this notebook that I've had for a long time. Of course, it has paper and I've used a lot of it. But as you can see, the spiral notebook has seen better days. And I would like to turn it into a gift, a Heavenly Traveler journal for my client. Incidentally, my client gifted me this pretty paper, some time ago, and actually turns out to be the same client I'm going to be meeting with today. So I'm going to take y'all on the journey on how you can transform, or how I'm going to transform this raggedy old spiral notebook into a pretty treasure, a Heavenly Traveler journal. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I'm wanting to cut off this right here, right? So how far over? I'm going to go ahead and mark it just to give myself an idea as to how wide I want this journal. So I'm thinking I would like it to be, we could do it six inches, right, y'all? Or I could do 6.5. Let's see here. Let's just make it an easy 6. So this is going to be 6 by 9. So I'm going to cut it 6 by 9. All right, we're at my little fancy paper cutter. And remember, we're going to go 6 by 9. So here we go. I'm going to get this, and I'll show you from this side here. I can measure. So we want 6. So, wait, I'm cutting the wrong way, y'all. We want it this way, right? So we want 6 by 9. So press this down. Yep. Okay. And now we're going to cut it to 9. Now, wait. I want to keep the top part here, so I'm going to cut this way. Okay. Okay. So now it's 6 by 9. And what I am going to do is just disregard or put that in my stash because it's a nice piece of thick cardstock. I can use that for something else. But now we have the makings of, and see, it's nice that this has the chipboard in the back of it already. Also, I need to print my cover page because I want to put a cover page in here. Here, I can do that pretty one with the birds. Because it is going to be, we could do Heavenly Traveler or Spiritual Breadcrumb Trail. I think I'm going to do Spiritual Breadcrumb Trail. Like this one has the pretty butterflies. I quite like the birds. So what I'm going to do is I need to print this. Use a little sturdier cover sheet. I'm going to use a little bit cardstock here for that one. So I'm going to print, and I created these on my Canva. So I need to set this right. There we go. So I'm just going to print one. And then I'll need to cut that 6 by 9. So, got that ready to go. That's going to be, oh, look, we have a situation, y'all. I had it the wrong way because this, so no problem. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut this down to, rather than having it 9, we'll go, I believe this is 8. Eight and a half. Yeah. So, yeah. We're going to go with, I'm going to cut a little bit of this top part up there. So I'll go 8.5. Looks like about 8.5. That should. Yep, so that'll be our cover page. And that's going to be 6 by 8.5. Do we like those dimensions? I do. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down to 6. Remember, this is the cover sheet here. Oops, come on. Seems to be a little bit wide. Let me trim off a smidgen. You know, when you use different cutting machines, sometimes you, that's why I wish I would have thought of this when I was cutting the other one, but that's okay. Let's go. Let's try to get it. There, that'll be nice. Now, we'll use that for something else. But now what we need to do is make our cover. And so, like I said, I have this pretty designer paper that my client gifted to me that I wanted to use. Let's see. Let's pick a sheet. What do we want? Kind of like these. It's kind of pretty, isn't it? Or do we want purple? Just good old-fashioned purple. Let's go with purple. Why not? Gonna tuck that away there, and then I'm going to put the pretty Handmade Traveler wings. Let's see here. We got to cut this to 8.5 by 6. Okay, so we'll get our cutter back out again. I'm going to cut this down to 12. Get that piece off of there. So we know it's going to be 6. By 8.5. And hopefully that will fit. What I'll do is I might trim it in the paper cutter so it's precise. Let's do that. That's the nice thing about having the paper cutter. So I don't want to see any white pages. So let's do that. This is how I can get it accurate. So I want this. And at this point, it really doesn't matter. I just want to even it up. Let's see here. Shoot. Maybe I should wait till it's bound. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just taking off a smidgen, y'all. So that looks really nice. Okay, so now we need to bind it, or we need to make the cover and turn the laminator on so we can laminate this. So now I want to put the Heavenly Traveler wings on here. So the wing, plural, I'm going to put it right there. So I need to get a little Versamark here. Which is a sticky ink. And my daughter created these angel wings for me. So I'll just plop that down. And then what I'll do, I'm going to take some what's called perfect pearls, and I want golden wings, so I'm going to use a little bit of this. Actually, we need it to say Heavenly Traveler right here, so we'll do that. Because it is a Heavenly Traveler journal. There we go. Now, I'll take this perfect pearls and just add some gold angel wings here. You gotta have gold angel wings for the Heavenly Traveler. How pretty. Just rub it in good. Like that. And what's left over on my brush, I'm just gonna add a little bit of gold to the Heavenly Traveler. So you can kind of see. It's black, but yet you can see a little bit of gold on those. So do that. Now we need to laminate this. The key to having a lot of little bits and bobs is to put things away immediately after use. I have found that to be the best way to keep the Heavenly Traveler workshop organized. So let's go get this laminated here. All right, now we're going to laminate this notebook cover. Typically, I wouldn't waste this laminate, but why are there two pieces stuck together? Is there? Okay. Perfect. This is a heavy duty laminator that I picked up off of Amazon. It's a really awesome machine. I love it. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Now we're going to trim this up. Okay, so we're going to trim around here now as best we can. And this is the beginning of a pretty little notebook, y'all. Very excited. If you've been a member of our mediumintheraw.locals community, mediumintheraw.locals.com community, you may have received, as a supporter, a Heavenly Traveler journal from me. Also, I need to corner around this, y'all, because this is laminate and kind of sharp, so I like to soften the edges so that way it doesn't hurt one's finger. So that's a nice little smoothing out. Next step is we need to bind it. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I think it's going to look nice. You'll see a little bit of the corner of the paper, but that's okay. I think it'll still look nice. Okay, let's go get this bound. So now it's time to bind our notebook. So for that, I need the wire binding, a binding machine, a wire cutter. So you see these holes right here? That tells me where our wire binding will go. And so it's set pretty good. And make sure this is set right. Now, when I go to bind, I want to make sure that they're all in the same position. So what I'm going to do is just set this over here like that. Take my cover sheet. And with this binding machine, I can use do up to 10, 12 pages. I can go by feel now, basically. So, and then I want to put it face down on that so that they're all in the same direction. Otherwise, it will wind up wonky. I picked this binding machine up off of Amazon as well. And this is how we put together our little Heavenly Traveler journal notebooks. And so, and I'm remembering to put them down the same way. Okay, so then the next step is I take the back, wrap it around the front, make sure everything is in the right position. Okay, good. Add my wire right here. Okay. Drop the paper on the wire. Make sure we get it all. For some reason, that one is being a little bit rebellious there at the end. Let's see if I can just pick it up and make it go. There we go. All right. I don't know why this... There we go. So now I want to cut that little piece off because I can use this little bit because this wire step's not cheap, y'all. I can use that for a little mini notebook. So I don't want to squeeze it shut otherwise, and I learned that the hard way, I won't be able to use it on another notebook because it will already be closed. Now I need to adjust this to the right setting. Okay. And there's a little magnetic in there to where when I add this here, oops, that needs to be set right. and then just close it down. And there you see. So now we have bound. So I push this little area back to the back, and I open it. And now we have ourselves a nice little Spiritual Breadcrumb Trail Heavenly Traveler journal made from a old spiral notebook, Trash to Treasure. I'm not done yet. Let me show you the final touch. The final touch is I want to add handmade by me. So here we go. I just stamp that on. I always wipe off my stamp so that way it doesn't get all goopy. And I'm using the VersaFine ink for that. And got my heart. And now I just sign my name. Handmade by Pamela. And today is 3/12/2022. And the finishing touch is a pretty little heart. And that is a Heavenly Traveler journal notebook for my client. And as you can see, this notebook is a keeper, nice little keepsake, and can journal the Spiritual Breadcrumb Trail. Anyway, I'm Pamela Theresa Medium in the Raw. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful journey with the Heavenly Traveler Journal. Go to mediumintheraw.com or mediumintheraw.locals.com, or head on over to theheavenlytraveler.com and you can see some of the journals that I do have up on my Etsy shop. Right now, just want to give you a sneak peek here. Oops. This journal is available, Heavenly Traveler Journal. You'll see, I've already made a video on it here on the channel, the Heavenly Traveler YouTube channel. It's beautiful, ready to go. This Heavenly Traveler Journal is on its way. Just need to put the tie on it and add it. This is really cool, y'all. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have fun turning your old papers or collectibles trash to treasure. Fantastic. Love you all, and as always, carry on.